Welcome back to day 6 of the Carnivore Diet. And today I woke up this morning, didn't feel all that great. And I think that's because I went to bed a little dehydrated. But my Whoop wristband under recovery, it gave me a 98% recovered on like 7.5 hours of sleep. And I don't know, not necessarily feeling all that great in the morning. So I'm kind of wondering if that's due to just having way better biometrics than I normally do, thanks to carnivore, and if it's just I don't know, you can kind of not be as optimal and still be recovering better than usual. Even though I'm gonna drink more water tonight before I go to bed, because who wants to wake up with a little bit of a headache? And it wasn't terrible. It went away pretty quick, but it's mostly because I chug a bunch of water. But when I wake up, I'm never a big fan of drinking too much water right away, because it kind of hurts my stomach if I do it too quickly. And it just feels weird when it sits in the stomach, and I kind of goes from having an empty stomach to your stomach now expands, and you feel the water enter, and then kind of just sit there. At least I did this morning. I don't normally, I think a couple of times I felt that same way. But anyways, after that I went to the gym. Lifts are doing very well. I started adding weight to my chin-ups and my pull-ups, so no detriment to explosiveness there. And I haven't really had much muscle soreness. The skin, my face looks great. The acne that I got in Asia is just going away. Again, I never had bad acne, but I had more acne than I normally did due to the disruption to my diet from eating street food and just restaurant food over there. But that's going away thanks to Carnivore Diet and also the new face cleanser I've been using. And so far today, been doing good. Had one steak. I don't think I'm gonna have anything else today. I mean, I feel good right now. I did have a little bit of bacon, and if you're doing carnivore, I mean, I know some people do carnivore and oh, it's the unlimited bacon diet. I mean, yeah, you can eat bacon. It's a way to get in the fats that you do need, but I would not necessarily recommend it. I think pork has high amounts of linoleic acid. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think it's called linoleic acid, and it's basically the feed they give to pigs, unless you're eating organic or non-GMO. I think bacon is non-GMO, but unless you're eating organic pork, and even with that, they do feed a lot of GMO corn, GMO seed, soybeans to the pig. And because pigs are similar to humans in the sense that they are monogastrematic, or they have one stomach, they can't break down the fats, these inferior fats that well, so the fats get stored in their cells. So you wind up consuming these slightly inferior fats versus an animal like a cow, which has, I want to say it's 8 stomachs, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. More than one. Cows have more than one stomach, and they can easily break down those nutrients and convert it into better stuff, which is pretty much why India, I think, worshipped the cow for a long time. But if you think about it, they literally convert grass, which we can't eat, into milk, which we can eat, and they can also pull plows. I mean, you could also eat the cow and get meat from it, which I would recommend. But if nothing else, you can have the cow do labor and then also get vast quantities of milk from it, which, I don't know, I have chickens. I don't kill those chickens because they produce a lot more eggs for a lot less work than if I just killed them. So I personally find it easier to get one egg a day than to try to eat, I think it's only like 4 or 5 pounds of chicken. It's quite amazing how, I think a pound of chicken, and it's not a fat, it's mostly protein, and I want to say probably 600 calories, maybe 800 calories. So we're talking 2,400 calories, maybe 3,000 calories per chicken versus 100 calories. So over the course of, I think an egg is about 100 calories. So over the course of 30 days, you actually get back more calories than you would if you just killed the animal. Plus, I mean, my chickens can eat stuff I can't. They eat like watermelon rinds and the rest of my family. They eat grass clippings. We make sure not to put any pesticides on our lawn. I mean, hell, I live woods over there, some swamps. I'll just go over there sometimes and get them a treat of like 2 giant Home Depot buckets full of skunk cabbage, and they love it. They'll eat the dead the hostas every year, but they convert bugs and other crap into food I actually want to eat that tastes good. So besides that, been going well. Did have a little bit of food cravings, but I mean, I'm just making sure not to focus on them and not to like allow my mind to loop over how much I want it. Because there is I do like pineapple, I do like apples, I do eat a lot of apples when I'm on a carnivore diet, but I'm making sure to be like, okay, well, that's just not what I'm doing right now, and kind of dismissing it. Because my niece was over today, and she wanted me to cut up some apples for her. So I did that, and I was smelling the apples, kind of hearing the knife cut through them with all the little crisp sounds, and I was like, damn. So then I just drank a bunch of water and kind of dismissed it from my mind, which works, but it's very nice and peaceful right now. Nice and cool. Feel good, feel very consistent, and one of the things I do know from being a carnivore is you kind of adjust to the consistency that you have. And you're like, well, I just normally feel like this, don't I? And then you'll go off it for a time period. And then you're like, oh, no, I don't normally feel that good. I just got used to how it was because it's like a fish in water. And I was thinking, like, at the end of 30 days, maybe just trying a week of eating carbs, seeing how I felt, and then seeing if I wanted to go back on carnivore for a longer period of time. Because, I mean, the thing is, with not necessarily having health issues, I can eat carbs and function pretty well. I mean, if not very well, even if, I mean, I'm not, I don't know, the whole point of this experiment is to see how much better I focus on carnivore than not on carnivore. But you can also do carnivore as an elimination diet, where you go on it for, probably do that, maybe see if there's anything specific I'm eating that's causing acne. But you can do carnivore as an elimination diet, where you go on it, you eat only meat and salt, and I mean, I'd cut out the spices because you can have adverse reactions to those. But if you have arthritis, gut issues, or any real medical issues, that a lot of stuff is actually related to diet, but your doctor will just prescribe you something because we now have medicine that can treat a lot of things, even if you could treat them through proper diet and exercise. A lot of people prefer the crutch of just taking a pill. So one thing I'm going to do is, and one thing you can do is, after being on carnivore diet for a period, you can add foods in one at a time and just do like an elimination diet where you add something in, and you have to generally like spend time not listening to stuff all the time so that you understand how you feel, and then notice, like, does this make me feel better? Does this cause my skin to break out? Does this like cause my stomach to do whatever? Or like, do I feel annoyed or angry, or like, how do I feel when I eat this? and you just slowly add it in one at a time. So you might do like just beef and then 1 apple a day, see how you feel with that, and then continue. And that's a really good way for fixing your health, identifying foods that you maybe shouldn't be eating. And I think my brother once told me this in the Boy Scout handbook. It basically said, eat foods that make you feel good and avoid those that don't. And that was the advice they gave for the diet you should have. And nowadays, everyone's subscribing to random ass stuff, and no one's actually really that aware of their own body in order to identify what makes them feel good and what doesn't make them feel good, especially since a lot of people have brought up eating these ultra processed diets. So from a very young age, they're just like, oh, this is how I feel. It's like, no, that's how you're not living even close to how good you could feel if you cut out a lot of that stuff. And I mean, I've seen this firsthand. I have friends who I'll talk to them about diet, how I just don't eat like processed sugars and other foods, and I avoid seed oils when possible. I mean, when I'm traveling, that's the only exception, because I try to, but I mean, when the guy doesn't speak English, it's rather hard, and they also don't really understand the different oils or the protocols about cleaning the grills or any of this stuff. So I just try to avoid it when I travel. But besides that, if you can't cook for yourself, then I don't know, you can either let it be a huge pain in the butt for you, or just feel off for a week and then get back to normal when you get home. Anyways, but I tell my friends this stuff, and they're like, oh, they think it's like all in the head. I'm like, no, I mean, if it was, that'd make it a lot easier, because I could just eat what I wanted to eat. But I recommend to everyone, if you're trying to go on a diet, if you're trying to eat clean, just do it for 3 weeks, and then you'll actually notice what you feel like and how good you feel. And that in itself can help motivate you to stay eating clean. Because a lot of people, they'll, I don't know, especially me, like I would eat clean for a while, and then I would have like cake, and I'd wake up the next morning feeling like crap. And I'd be like, oh, damn it. And I mean, this cycle went on for like a year, where I would eat clean throughout the whole week, and then on the weekend, I would have like candy or something, and then I'd feel like crap. And I just started realizing, do I want to feel this way? And the answer is no. So I just stopped eating it. I don't eat candy. I don't eat, can't remember the last time I had like what anyone would consider candy. The only thing I would have is like chocolate chips, which is, I buy this hypoallergenic chocolate chips where the ingredients are natural cane sugar, cocoa powder, and cocoa butter. It's literally 3 ingredients. I don't know why people add more to chocolate than that, because that's all you need to make really, really good tasting chocolate. But besides that, even with that, I mean, if I eat too much of it, then I don't feel like good in the morning. But if I have a little, then I feel fine. So, I don't know. Day 6, signing off. Peace out.